In everything you do, please try and avoid anything that will make someone take your life. I know most time it's inevitable because you might not have a clue of what the other person is thinking about you. But if you have the ability to avoid it, please try and avoid it completely. And pay close attention to life-threatening issue, especially if someone is threatening your life. Don't dare the person and say if you try it, you rot in jail, because it's not everybody that went to jail for murder actually gets death sentence. Some might have life imprisonment. Eventually, something might happen. They will regain their freedom and come back and continue their life like nothing happened at all. They continue doing their business and live their normal life. This story is about one Mr. Godwin from Akwa Ibom State. It seems God didn't win this one. Oh. Satan actually won this guy's soul because he's a devilly possessed human being. Not just him, but his entire family as well. It seems this guy comes from a very cursed family. And these are the kind of people that you never wish to have an encounter with in your entire lifetime. Godwin was trying to ask one girl out, and that girl was on her way to school. She happened to be a student of community secondary grammar school in Akwa Ibom State. So she didn't pay much attention to Godwin, and Godwin was trying everything he could to get her attention. But since she wasn't interested in Godwin, she didn't answer. But he kept following her until he get to her school. When she got to her school, she walked into the school compound. Godwin tried to enter. He was stopped at the gate. Since he's not a student of that school, they stopped him at the gate. He got angry and started fighting. He started creating scene and started fighting the students that stopped him. I guess it's one of those schools that doesn't have security. It's actually some student that stopped him from entering the school premises. So when he started fighting them, this thing drew the attention of other students and the principal of that school. So the principal of that school sent the senior prefect to go and find out what is going on at the gate. When the senior prefect got to the gate and he tried to separate the fight and ask the students what happened, they explained to him that this guy, Mr. Godwin, is trying to come into the school, that he was fooling one girl, one of the students, but they stopped him from entering into the school premises. So senior prefect told Godwin to leave. That is not right for him to bring problem into the school and started fighting with the students of that school. And if he refused to leave, that is going to call police on him. That statement alone fueled a lot of anger in Godwin's heart. So he started threatening the senior prefect. After shouting and ranting, he left and came back during the closing hour of that school with a dagger under his clothes and waited at the school gate for the senior prefect to come out. Immediately he sighted the senior prefect coming out. He went behind him and stabbed him on his throat. It didn't take long for the guy to pass out because it was a dangerous place. He ran away, but the students caught him. They beat him mercilessly. The teachers and principal didn't want the matter to escalate to jungle justice, so they told the students to calm down, not to beat him, but they called police. Police came and arrested him. The only offense of that senior prefect was that he went there to separate a fight, but little did he know that he's going to lose his life in the process. I can imagine the pain the family must have gone through during that time. His life was cut short by this animal, Satan apprentice, an illiterate monster that has no value for his life and others. That was one of the most gruesome murder in that village. His body was taken to the mortuary and Godwin was arrested and charged for murder. And he was sentenced to life imprisonment in 2006. This incident actually happened. The reason I say this Godwin comes from very cursed family is because rumor have it that his father was a very notorious criminal. He stole anything stealable around the village and he was caught many times for stealing, beaten, stripped naked and disgraced around the village. Sometime in 2002, his father went to a neighboring village and stole something and he was caught as usual. But this time, they didn't beat him. Rather, those people mixed cement with water and gave him to drink. After drinking, they chased him away. They told him to run back to his house. He ran home with happiness that they actually freed him, not knowing that they've done something worse than beating. Before he got home, on his way running back home, he started feeling discomfort on his belly. The cement started doing justice to his internal organs. His mouth started peeling. He started screaming for help. He was screaming in pain, crying for help. He couldn't even tell anyone what actually happened to him. At some point, he couldn't run again. He fell down and started rolling on the floor, crying. His belly was bloated until he lost his life on his way running home.
That's how his father's life ended in 2002. Then in 2006, the bastard monster Godwin went to prison for taking someone's life. Then in 2009, his elder brother, Godwin's elder brother, was involved in a fight with someone. He literally used his machete and macheted that person to death, and he was arrested and thrown into prison to join his brother. His own case, he got death sentence for his own crime. He got death sentence, not like Godwin. Godwin got life imprisonment.
In 2012, Godwin's mother had an argument with a bikeman that brought her from the farm because of 50 naira. She gave the bikeman 100 naira and expected to collect 50 naira balance, but the bikeman said no, that her fee is 100 naira, that carrying her and her load from the farm back to the house, that he's going to charge her 100 naira. She insisted of collecting 50 naira balance from the bikeman. The bikeman said no. She started using abusive words on the bikeman, and the bikeman responded in the same energy. She removed the bikeman key from the bike and still told him that until he give him his 15 naira balance before he will return the key. In the process of that bikeman trying to get his key from her, it resulted into a violent fight. I don't know why people didn't separate them until she used her knife that she brought from the farm and stabbed the bikeman's belly. Before they could rush that man to the hospital, it was rather too late because he already lost a lot of blood. He died in the process. She ran away, as it always happens. But people like this can't even run far. It's not as if she has money to facilitate her escape. She went and hid in a bush, and it didn't take long for people to locate her. She was caught. Bad people stormed into their house. They beat her mercilessly. In fact, they beat her to death and burned their house. They set their house ablaze. They literally did jungle justice on her. These are the reasons why I said that this guy comes from a very cursed family, because the father died in a very terrible way, the mother died in a terrible way. Now their two sons are in prison. What kind of family is that? The major reason I'm making this video is because of this Godwin. To my greatest surprise, I saw this Godwin in Lagos this year riding an Okada. Like, he's a bike man in Lagos, and I was surprised because I've lost memories of him. Because I know this guy, I know them, I know the family very well. I've lost memories of him because I never expect to see this guy again for what he did. I never expect to see him ever again. But I was surprised because these are people that I know very well. I know the history of his family. I know his mom, how she died, his dad, his brother, and him, and some of his family members. I know them. They are people I knew very well back in the days, many years ago, while growing up. I made research about him and discovered that they said that this guy came back since far back as 2020. He came back from prison since 2020. He was among the inmates that received presidential pardon by former President Buhari in 2020. He was released back into the society, going on with his life like nothing happened. The school senior prefect that went to separate the fight that he unalive is gone forever. Senior prefect is the most intelligent student in that school. Before they give someone senior prefect, not even assistant, senior prefect, before they give someone senior prefect in the school that time, that means that person is the most intelligent student. I can imagine the pain, the vacuum, like the count of the amount of trauma they've caused to the family of that boy. All the effort the parent put in raising that innocent young school prefect was just for this monster to slide his throat in school simply because he went to separate a fight. Let me know your opinion about this. If you were the family member of this innocent school prefect, how would you feel seeing someone that took the life of your innocent loved one being freed from prison? How would you feel? To me, in my own opinion, this guy does not deserve second chance. I know they say that everyone deserves a second chance, but you see this guy does not deserve a second chance because someone that deliberately took the life of another person does not deserve to live. Like, he does not deserve the second chance. I don't care if the guy has changed or not, but to me, in my opinion, that guy does not deserve a second chance. He does not deserve to come out of prison.